Now, when we think of canoeing in this country, generally the first thought is of Ian Ferguson and Paul McDonald and those heady Olympic days in the 80s, or maybe even the whitewater canoeing that was part of the Atlanta Olympic program. Increasing in popularity, though, is outrigger canoe racing. More than 1,100 paddlers converged on Northland for the smoke-free Waka Ama Nationals. Stephen Stewart was there. He found an action-packed 4 days.
This sport combines customs with competition, so it was appropriate the much-travelled voyaging waka was involved in the official opening ceremony, making its way to the Whangarei town basin to offload organisers to be challenged by local warriors. Talk about taking the event to the people, lunch and a performance. The challenge accepted, signifying the arrival of the first smoke-free Waka Ama Nationals in the far north. 15 minutes away at the competition venue, Parua Bay, a lone paddler had the open water to himself. We encouraged one of the visiting Wellington clubs, Tunui Atiika, to borrow a waka and take us out for a close-up look at some paddling techniques. Although they'd relish the first saltwater nationals, the conditions probably weren't really windy enough for them. Back ashore, the outriggers will have to be weighed and the Waka Sixes then strapped together to make a W12 or double canoe. In this sport, it's all hands on deck. Event organiser Chris Keldson, an American who settled in Northland, was one of the catalysts behind the revival of outrigger racing a decade ago.
It's expanding out of the Pacific Basin. I like to say it's following its cousin surfing, because the two sports are connected.
It's even expanded to Dunedin, where Nikolai Titov, of Russian extraction, is the driving force behind the national novices, Fire and Ice.
So we paddled through winter and basically paddled in all conditions, snow and hail and the rest of it.
So if you paddle through winter, snow, hail and all the rest of it, you're probably the toughest crew here then?
I'm not sure if we're the toughest crew. We're very dedicated and very enthusiastic, but I certainly wouldn't say that we're the toughest crew.
The next 4 days would decide that for competitors and organisers alike. With more than 170 sprint races, it turned the event into an endurance battle. By now the teams were settling in, and Parua Bay was taking on a village feel. An early start to the first day of competition. The canoes were blessed.
This sport is bringing so many of you the flowers of the garden of God to unite us together in the pau-pau, in the bath. Good luck. Don't take all the medals. We want some.
With so many races to get through, it would be a blessing if the regatta could keep to schedule. Wonder why these W12s are so heavy? Check out the sandbags. Taken aboard to ensure all of them weigh the same. Age is no barrier in this sport. Take master paddler Amster Reedy, the Wellington cultural consultant, who's only been paddling 3 years, hoping to compete in up to a dozen races.
There's nothing like paddling in the same trails that your ancestors paddled, you know. And it's, whether you win or you lose, I come here for 4 days. If I don't win a race, at least I've been in the water. And in the end, the sea is going to be your master.
The best vantage points were quickly snaffled along the shore for the first of the big finals, the open men's W12 500 metres. It looked to be close, but there was no catching the Otaki crew, Awakanui Tuarua, which took the title for the 3rd year running. Afterwards, emotions were running high. Tight finishes were to become the norm. With temperatures in the high 20s, Northland Health was competing against melanoma.
Apparently, you've got to come here every 2 hours and apply this stuff, otherwise it's pointless. That's not the only thing that's free here. Follow me. And what exactly is in this?
She's got a recipe of her own. It's made with grape teas and ginger ale.
I take it business is brisk.
It is indeed, it will be.
Better try it, I guess.
It's to promote safe road drinking. Guys?
She doesn't taste bad.
The return of former junior world champion Maui Keldson, fresh from winning the K1 500 at the Kayak Nationals, would ensure one of the local clubs, Mitamatanga Ole Pacifica Va'aalo, would be competitive. starting with the mixed W12.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling out there in the 12 with 12 people making that boat move. It really gets along.
Alongside him, fellow international paddler Bo Herbert, who likens the sport's broad appeal to touch football.
You know, it's grown a lot faster than when I first started. You wouldn't have thought it would have grown this much in the last couple of years.
Depth that has seen New Zealand challenge Tahiti as the world's superpower of outrigger canoeing. And expect that growth to continue, says Tahitian-born Ropoya Brightwell, whose Gisborne club Marikura had easily the biggest representation at the Nationals.
In our club, we are concentrating on our young ones, and we brought 15 young teams to the Nationals this year, and definitely lots of potential.
That upsurge in numbers has really put the pressure on the organisers to get through the staggering race schedule. But rather than slow, the tempo was picking up on the final afternoon, although some were feeling the pain. Maui Keldson had moved from a W12 to a W6, still in mixed competition, chasing gold in the 500-metre final. But Mitamatanga had to settle for silver behind Hamilton's Ngatai Whakarongo, which had some high-powered paddlers.
And what does it feel like to win? Yeah, still getting over, just got to get my blood back into my brain and then I'll know for sure.
Time for a sugar fix.
How many Devonshire teas have you sold so far today? Business booming? No scones. No scones?
To the individual events where National Vice President Corina Gage was hoping to regain her W1 crown from Anna Cronshaw. Gage, furthest from the shore, proved too strong.
It's always a bit of a catch-22, like you want the sport to develop. But as stronger paddlers are coming through, you're thinking, oh no, is my time up, you know?
Ropoya Brightwell was hoping her strong Marikura outfit could outlast Gage and her Te Waiariki Purea crew in the strength-sapping 2,500-metre race. Anna Cronshaw's Tamaki, also a strong contender. However, Gage's Rotorua team led throughout the 5 laps and never looked like being collared.
It's gone from a social sport into a sport of athletes now. Yeah.
I'd love to see it as an Olympic Games sport. I think it's the best thing you could do for the sport itself. It really needs to be taken up there, taking this a serious sport, which it is. You can see by the amount of people that are here today that a lot of people are taking this as their main sport now.
Probably wishful thinking at this stage. A pity is what better launching pad than Sydney 2000. Though Maui Kelton hopes to be at those Olympics as a Kiwi kayaker, the first-year W1 business to take care of at Parua Bay. He and his father Chris designed the canoes. $2,500 for the standard fiberglass, that on $1,000 for Maui's high-tech version.
It's made from carbon and Kevlar and a few special materials, so it could be lighter, but we've weighted it up. They're all weighted to a 16 kgs, so it's not really an unfair advantage. It's just a good boat.
Couple that with New Zealand's top paddler, and it was an unbeatable combination in the W1500. Although Hawaiianui's Andrew Penny and Hauraki's Ricky Nu'u kept him honest.
Like after 3 days of hard racing, your body's starting to ache, so I was really feeling it. So I suppose everyone was as well.
Back to team racing and the women's W6 500. Auckland's Tamaki Club looking to turn the tables on Te Waiariki Purea. A truly awesome final, but Corina's crew gauged it just right. The men's W6 500 also proved a thriller. A 3-way finish, it looked like Taniwha had just prevailed, although the crew wasn't that confident.
We don't actually know the final result yet, but we know we're up there in the first 3, so hopefully we've taken it out with the judges' final decision.
Taniwha had from Hawaiianui and Mitamatanga.
One more.
The 8th smoke-free Waka Ama Nationals, a huge success, probably meaning an even bigger turnout next year, and expect more fierce rivalry on and off the water.